And
We
we
live.
are finally live. Asbjørn
Yes.
again in the house.
In the hive.
Welcome. So, guys, for some of you that didn't participate in our last event, Asbjørn was here talking about the CV and how can you bring life to your CV by applying storytelling. Today we continue with the storytelling, but this time a little bit more special because we will be talking about how do you apply your storytelling to your cover letter. But there is a but. There is not only about storytelling and cover letter. Now we introduce another layer to the issue: video cover letter.
Yep.
So keep tuning. Asbjørn knows his stuff. He has been doing public speaking for more than 20 years, has been doing a career coach for 10, has been working with as a recruiter and HR for 2 years, and has gotten their dream jobs for more than
That's
100
it.
people.
That's
Hundreds of people.
that's fine. That's
Yeah?
more than enough. Yeah.
Okay. Did I get it right?
Yes, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
It's all good.
Okay, cool.
It's all good.
So, and for some of you that don't know about us, we are Two Cents, a community that is dedicated to help and to support expats, immigrants, professionals that want to succeed in life and want to come together to collaborate and co-elevate to achieve their own goals,
Yeah.
professional and personal.
Yeah, so I'm Nkechi and
I am Lynette.
together we're both the co-founders of Two Cents. So welcome. If you're just seeing our face for the first time, we're happy to have you here. And we're excited for today's episode of our career development series. So sit tight, grab a pen, grab a jotter, because you're going to be learning a lot so that you don't miss out on anything. Also grab a drink and feel free because it's Friday. Hey.
Yes.
So
I have my note here and I don't want to miss anything because I actually create my own video cover letter, and Asbjørn has a lot of feedback for me. But today I'm gonna learn together with you. Asbjørn, we have a question for you.
Yes.
We have more than one, but let's start with one. What are the 3 most haves for a cover letter? Just a cover letter, simple written cover letter.
You gotta gain interest, attention to the employer, and you gotta start with a hook in your storytelling, and you gotta show your desire for this job. And the cover letter you're gonna tell about how you have thought about how you will handle the demands in the job ad. So what is your solution to their challenge? That's what you want to cover in the cover letter. Cover in the cover letter, yeah. That rhymed.
That's
And
right.
how will you take action on these demands? So talk directly into the demands that's in the job ad. That's very important.
So that is kind of a framework. I see, it's kind of a structure around it.
Yes.
You mentioned attention. You mentioned interest,
Yes.
desire, and action,
Yes.
right?
And that's called
AIDA.
AIDA. The AIDA model. The AIDA model.
AIDA. Good. It's good because I know this model from my copywriting practices, but I didn't know that we could actually apply it in the cover letter. Great. So how do we turn that written cover letter into a video? Because we know that we cannot express or talk the same way we write, right? So how do we turn that into a live video?
As a matter you can. The same way you talk is the same way you write. The same way you write should be the same way you talk, because that creates connective. That gives you connect with the audience if you do it if you write in a talking way. So that's why the video cover letter is an excellent tool for you to get on that stage and really connect with your common employer, because you have it all. you can show your charm, you can show how you talk, you can show your passion, and you can show your eagerness to get that job, and you can show in your body language how will you solve the task that's in the job ad. So you can you get 100% on stage with the video cover letter, and that's why it has become so popular. Because when you have the written thing and the video together, it creates a full frame of the person that's applying for the job.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, but what we wonder, based on what you just said now, what we wonder, okay, so now that I know that I have to write a cover letter because it tells my story, it captivates everything, how would I go about writing a cover letter?
The best thing is really to do what I said before in the last show. You try to put it into that storytelling frame. Try to, write it, say it, tell it with a main character, a opponent, a struggle, and a resolution. And we will see an example just in a few minutes in a video where she does that, because she gets on stage right away with a hook, and I would like you to give me a bite on what's the hook. She gives several hooks. What's the main hook? So you start with a hook, and she's throwing us right into her story. But more than that, so try to see how many times she does a main character, a opponent, a struggle, a fight, and then a solution, a resolution, a success. So that's the four that you really want to always put your story into, if you can. Now, the next step, if you cannot do that, you'll do the next step, and that is just tell us about the struggle, and then how you came out of your struggle. Or tell us about you saw a challenge. She does that too. The video we're going to see in a few minutes. And how you came out of that challenge. That's also a story,
So basically, it's telling like, okay, I found that obstacle, which is the classic storyline. The hero finds an obstacle, and then he solves that, and then he wins. So then, happy ending or not. But in this case, hopefully, it's a happy ending
they get the job.
With the job, or with the interview in this case, because after the cover letter comes the interview. Good. So this is how we do it. This is how we turn the storytelling to a video. I like that. I'm liking that. How about we bring an example in which we show to our viewers and listeners a job ad, and then a video cover letter that is from a girl that is applying to this job ad, so they can follow up and see, okay, and then we can kind of break it down.
Very good. And I would like the audience and you to think about how she speaks herself into the job. What tools and what tools does she use? Can you just, what I would like you to do is show us just the job ad. Can you put it on the screen?
I will share it now.
Great.
But before that, in case
can I just interrupt? Sorry. This is exciting because I'm helping Linnea. Can I say that? This is very. I like when my time is not wasted, and I'm helping you, Linnea, because you want to apply for Mind Valley. Yeah, we can say now it is a Mind Valley. You tell us about what is Mind Valley.
I will. So yes, you are putting me on the spot, Asbjørn. Okay, so yes, there is that company that I dream about. I even dreamed about the CEO. So don't tell him. But yeah, the CEO is Vishen Lakiani, and I had a dream with him in which I was sharing some projects that I had about the company and some events. And let's do this, Vishen. And Vishen was in Cuba, imagine. This is how crazy I am about that company. I'm really passionate about it because I think it's doing a lot of goodness in the world. Mind Valley is trying to applying technology and innovation to disrupt the education. So basically, you can learn everything from spiritual, from all about the most important areas on life: financial, entrepreneurship, career, family, parenting, love, relationship, friendship, everything you can learn there. Everything that we are not taught in the school, in the normal education. That's what I'm so passionate about it. I think that everyone who gets in touch with that company, with the products, with what they are doing, has a great chance to evolve as a human being, and to grow as a person, as a professional, and as a human being itself. So that's why I'm so in love with that.
So this is more or less like a mini cover letter. She's advertising herself. So Mr. Vishen, if you ever get to see this video, please call her up for a job. You can see the passion in her eyes.
So I created my cover letter to Mind Valley, but I think I had a lot to improve, like especially in that storytelling part. And I'm hoping after this workshop today, I'm gonna do it better. You will tell me. But yeah, that's Mind Valley, and then I'm applying for a learning experience designer, which is the person or the team that creates those courses that people can purchase and or master classes, or they can. So many authors, very well-renowned authors that bring their knowledge and their experience, and then I am already there. We would create.
Yeah, you have to speak.
Yeah, we will create the courses that showcase the knowledge that these authors are pouring to the audience.
Yeah,
Let's
exactly.
See.
And one of the demands of the job, you have to do video editing. Yeah. Show them that you can do video editing, and we were talking about. So you'll make a video cover letter to them where you edit your like she's doing here now. Yeah. Just to interrupt you, for me as a public speaker, Mind Valley has the most excellent talks, speeches, conferences before COVID, with a lot of good speakers. And Vishen himself is a great public speaker. To all that's interested in public speaking, go to Mind Valley and go to Awesomeness Fest on YouTube, and you can see a lot of great Eric Admitas. You can see what's your Lisa Nichols. Lisa Nichols. Yeah, just go to Mind Valley. Write Mind Valley on YouTube. Okay, you go.
Yeah. So I'm gonna share the screen with first of all so you can have an idea of what the job ad is saying, and then you can relate. We can align it with the cover letter, right?
So first the job ad for the cover letter.
Yeah. First the job ad.
Yeah.
Remember to write your questions in the comment section if you have any, because right now we'll be going through like a learning process. So please drop your questions. If you notice anything and you feel like you need to ask questions, please drop your questions and we'll be happy to take them.
Great.
Okay, so here we are. Can you see it, Asbjørn?
Yes, it's fine.
Okay, so this is the job ad that is related to that cover letter, that video cover letter. As you can see, it's the learning experience designer, which is the one that I want to apply to. Woo. And yeah, this basically is, so you can see, guys, what it's saying. As one of our learning experience designer, that's me, you are responsible for the content of Mind Valley's courses. You work with authors and different teams across Mind Valley to ensure it is well organized and in line with Mind Valley's brand and standards. And this is important because we need to make sure that all the courses are aligned to Mind Valley's visions, values, and standards as a company. And we will see that with that video cover letter too. So they explain everything about Mind Valley. You can do your research afterwards. We're not gonna spend time on that now.
Try to go further down. Then they are bullet points. If you go down,
exactly.
Right there. Just read those bullet points in FAD. In FAD.
Exactly. So that person in that role will have to have project management skills to lead the production processes. We have to have also some kind of design skill. Video. So you have to be able to edit videos and know how to film and how to create different type of videos, because all the Mind Valley programs and courses have video included. It's all live and recorded videos. Learning content. So we need to be able to know how to write short copy that is kind of show notes that describes what every video is about. And of course, they say asset uploading, which is I'm not understanding quite much about this.
It's more or less like having the skills to upload.
This kind of
online.
Courses, which is
with their publishing platform, so they can have their in-house publishing platform.
So it's more like the back end of the whole thing. And of course, optimize the process and building a scalable system to help Mindvalley scale out program production and blah blah blah.
Exactly.
This is just more to it. But okay, the requirements she has, like we shouldn't skip that.
Yeah. So this is the main thing that will cover the video cover letter that we're about to see. If she actually shows this and portrays this in the video cover letter. Again, guys, please take note and let us know what you think in the comment section as well. We'd like to hear from you.
Do you want to say anything, Asbjørn, before we?
Yeah. It's just the last thing is important because you have to write an example of a course, a small course. You have to make a course.
Okay, so
it's a pretty big. It's a very big. It takes a lot of time to make this because you have to make a video. You have to write a resume, a written CV, and then you have to make your own course to show them that you can. So it's going to take a month. I mean, just to do this.
Yeah, it's a giant application.
What is the deadline?
It is.
They don't have a deadline, so they basically, I think they need
it's open.
It's open.
Yeah.
All right. So maybe a little bit because she needs to know a little bit about Mindvalley, right? To apply to that. And it's about innovation, enlightenment, and every aspect to human life, basically.
It's personal growth, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all about personal growth. It's all about personal growth and covering all the most important areas of life. Let's see the video. I'm so excited.
Should we see the video?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you see the video now?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So we're going to play it now.
Listen, guys.
All right. Hi, Mindvalley. My name's Elise Spire, and much like you, my mission is to help people create a higher quality of life. Last year, I left my job and everything I had in San Francisco to follow my dream, traveling the world, working on my own personal development, and nurturing a passion for yoga and meditation. Unfortunately, while I was in Nepal at the start of my trip, a 7.9 earthquake devastated the entire country. I couldn't just leave, I had to help. And so I started a grassroots organization, and in less than 4 days, I raised $5,000 through the content on my blog and social media channels. I worked with monks, I collaborated with Nepalese businessmen, all in efforts to deliver hard-to-find resources to people very much in need. In 1 month, we helped over 600 displaced families. I encountered constantly changing and complex challenges that come with the state of emergency, all while educating my donors on Nepal and where their dollars are being spent. Somehow, I still managed to call home. This experience taught me how to approach the whole gamut of human behavior, from fear and greed to kindness and compassion. I developed key skills that would be a huge asset to Mindvalley in its mission of educating people on how to live happier lives. My travels later took me to Brazil, where I became fluent in Portuguese from scratch. Instead of taking classes, I asked people about their lives and fully immersed myself in the language and the culture. For basic grammar and vocabulary, I used mobile apps like Duolingo. Within 2 months of living in Rio de Janeiro, I was hired to teach yoga in Portuguese at 2 of the best studios in the city. I've now taught yoga and meditation in 5 countries and in 3 languages. Yeah, okay, but what I really do best is craft stories that inspire people. I have the unique ability and passion to create high quality and educational content that resonates with real people, including the existing and future customers of Mindvalley. In my career as a content marketer and educator, I helped companies position themselves as thought leaders and deliver on the brand promise of helping their customers be the best that they can be at their jobs. I wrote ebooks, blogs, white papers, and educational workbooks, one of which captured over 1,000 leads within the first 24 hours of publication. Everyone can live to his own highest potential, and the beauty of it is that there are so many ways to get there. I believe I can help Mindvalley create the best personal development content and affect positive change in the hearts and minds of billions of people all over the world. Together, we can show people how easy it is to let go and shine. That's me in a nutshell, Mindvalley. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Terima kasih.
All right.
Beautiful. Awesome.
All right. So, Asbjørn.
Give me the idea on that one.
Yes, you want to say something, or should I start?
Yeah, go ahead.
You
You said you want to say something, and then you said, should you start? So,
so sneaky, so sneaky.
so
Okay, so I think, I mean, this is I have watched a lot of cover letters to Mindvalley, and this is one of my favorites, to be honest, because I think it's quite complete. And since you mentioned this AIDA framework, I can see some how to say, some examples in what she says that actually applies this technique. First of all, I'm not sure about the hook, and you help me with that. What is the actual hook that is kind of the attention grabber from the beginning? But I do see how she projects her personality with a lot of warmth, and she mentioned an important thing, like she starts right away with that example of her volunteering in Nepal. She mentions numbers, which is very important. She helped with the donation. She helped to over 600 displaced people that got left out from home, right? This is very important to see that how she started her own volunteering program, donating to people that were damaged by the earthquake. And she's mentioning some of Mindvalley's values. For instance, she mentioned compassion. She mentioned something around languages, which is multicultural. She mentioned something around educational content, through all these through examples. When she went to Brazil, and she was a yoga teacher, which has to do a lot also with Mindvalley and the spiritual growth. She mentions that she is a content marketing specialist, and she's gonna create the best educational and personal development content, just what Mindvalley is needing, right? And she's also, I think it's important to remark that she's putting videos too, clips that shows what she has done, that she actually walks her talk. So she's not only sitting and talking, she's also showing some images and some videos that actually showcase what she did. What else?
Yes.
Yes.
Very
just
good.
to add to that, yeah, I think that's very good. I think for me, the hook would be, what really captured me if I was a recruiter would be where she said she traveled after she quit her job in the beginning, and then she traveled, but she couldn't leave when there was an earthquake, so she had to stay back and help out. That for me was the hook, because that she did not say, okay, I have compassion or I have humanity for others, but just saying it in a story, you can see through it that, because this is what Mindvalley is about, the humanness, the compassion side. But she said it so well in the story by saying, oh, she couldn't leave because of the earthquake. She had to stay back and help. And then she started the volunteer, and then she started yoga classes. And also the part where she talked about learning languages. I think that's also another good hook, meaning that she's a fast learner, meaning that she's when it comes to relating with people, it's nothing for her, because she said she didn't have to take language classes, that she learned from the indigents by just interacting with people. So I think those are like two strong hooks that I noticed in the cover letter. And I think what she did so well in her cover letter is also the fact that she shared clips of the different activities that she has been involved with. Also giving to create some sort of engagement from a video perspective, because I also create video. I think I like the fact that she had different views. So it wasn't just one person sitting and showing clips, but she she put in so much work and thought into the video. You can see it by, you know, having different angles, where she was standing, where she was by the tree, where she was sitting, and also just bringing that life by her smiles. You can actually tell her kind of person already from the video. That has already captured, okay, I want to get to know this person. I want to see this person. So I think she actually did that so well in the video, and I would commend her for that. What do you think? We'd like to hear your own view.
Oh yeah, you're so right. She has. When I was in HR recruitment, one of the things we did was TV anchor talents, and she has TV anchor talent. The way she turns her before she talks, you see her from the side. The way she has she has so much passion, so much energy, so much charm, and so much natural charm and likable charm. She's very likable. She's very likable. So now that's an art to make a video where you show that you can do a lot and you're very smart and you're very intelligent, and at the same time be likable. To show that you want this job and at the same time not to boast. To show that you want this job and you want to lift up the company. You don't want to lift up yourself. You want to take this job to lift up the company, because that's what the company wants. They want a person that they can lift them up. How does she show that she can lift this mind value up? That was a question.
Yes, yes. So I think where she showed that is where she mentioned all the skills she has learned would be an asset to mind value for both their present and future customers. I think that was a very strong way of saying it. Very smooth, actually. It didn't feel like she was boasting, but she said it into the story, and then she mirrored how she can help the company. And I think that's very crucial for a cover letter. CV is more like about you, but cover letter is more like what can you do for the company. And I think she demonstrated that so well in a very smooth way.
Yeah, she's saying sorry. No, you go ahead.
Okay. No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
No, just before I forget that, cheers, and it's something that we tend to miss. That we tend to talk about what we have done and how good we are, without saying what can we bring to the table. And it has to be aligned to the requirements that the job ad is portraying. We have to be careful with that. And she's talking. So, for example, the job ad is talking about video, about product, and she's saying through her stories, the examples that she's talking about, exactly what the job ad is requiring. So this is something that we have to have in mind. And also, the other thing that I noticed is that she's kind of aligned all the values that she's portraying, and her vision, her own vision, is aligned to the company's vision. When she's talking about, I'm gonna create the best personal and educational content, and my value is all about education and disrupting innovation and education, and also say, I want to help people to have a higher quality of life, happier life. And this is what my value is about. So, of course, if I was a recruiter in my value, I would hire her, because it's just the mirror of who I am as a company.
It's so good. Very good. You guys are very smart. You're very good analyzers, human analyzers. Excellent. Listen, what tool does she use not to boast? What human tool, what feeling, what tool does she use so she doesn't seem boasting?
I think for me, what I notice is the number one, the compassion side, where she applied that. I think she did that so smooth, and you can tell that she's a humble person.
Oh yeah.
The hook from where she said, oh, she wanted to travel the world, which is her dream, but she couldn't go because of the earthquake. That just shows her kind of person already. So even though she did all of this, but that compassion and human side of her, which she demonstrated in the story, I think this is one thing for me.
So she's not saying I am compassionate, or I am passionate, or I am good at learning languages, or I am good at marketing content. She's showing it with example through her story. It's like what Lisa Nichols said: show your story. How did you feel? What did you see there? What did you do? What did you hear? It's kind of putting, like, bring your story to content, and this is only possible if you do it in a video where you can show yourself, you can smile. If you're talking about something that is sad that happened to you, an obstacle that got you, then you have to your body language has to match to the story that you are saying, that you are telling. And she's doing it like brilliantly.
Also her smile as well. I think that was also a very good tool and a good charm.
So are we missing anything?
Last time we talked about a concept that made the audience into the story. Do you remember that concept?
That made the audience into the story.
Yeah. How do you draw the audience into your story? The more drawing, the more that the audience feel a part of the story, the more you connect. And especially a video, a cover letter video, you want to connect. You want to connect with the audience. Do you remember that concept?
I think we talk about when we talked on the video resume, you mean?
Hollywood uses it. The concept of transportation. You want to transport the audience as much as possible into the story. You want a high degree of transportation. The higher degree of transportation that you transport the audience into your story, the more you connect, the more feelings the audience get, and you want the audience to feel, make me feel. And that's also when you go to the movies, if you can make the audience cry, you really have them. Now, was there any places where she made you feel?
For me, it was in the clip that she shows when she was volunteering in Nepal with all the poor people. You could see that people, kids, there were kids also in the images that she was helping, and I could relate with that. I don't know about you, but that was something that kind of triggered my emotions, and I could, okay. Then I could transport myself just using that concept and see myself there doing that.
Exactly. There's a place where her voice is cracking. There's a place where she's saying a sentence that she gets emotional.
Yeah.
And that's a sentence where she says, I still call that my home. And she gets emotional. Now you can say, oh, it's just acting and blah, blah, blah. But I don't think it's acting. I think she's a very honest person. But that's where I feel her. That in that moment, I feel that she has a need to help the next kind, your next kind. And that's a need that Mind Valley wants.
Yeah.
Because that's all a part of their what, Linnae? That's all a part of their
vision.
The vision.
The vision, and what more?
It's part of their mission, their vision.
No? Yes, vision.
Values.
Manifest.
Mind Valley manifesto. Yeah, it's like the culture. They call it manifest. It's like a culture that.
It's in the manifest. Change the world. Make a difference. Mind Valley's main manifest is making a difference in the world. She is showing that she can make a difference in the world. And she got hired. It worked. She got hired. Yeah. Now, I want to challenge you. We have not talked about this, Linnae, so now I'm putting you on the spot. Now I'm putting you on stage, okay?
Okay.
Because what I'm trying to do for you, I'm trying to help you with making this video for Mind Valley. And I want you to think about some examples where you have made a difference.
Okay.
For other people.
It is a question. No.
Does she need to answer it, or she needs to check?
Yes. Now, Eric Admetus. Remember we talked about Eric Admetus this morning? He's a talker too. He's a speaker at Mind Valley. Eric Edmides, and he's talking about storytelling too a lot. And he's saying a very good thing. Everybody has hundreds of stories within them.
Yeah.
Where you felt something. Tell me a little story now, Linnae. Make me feel. Tell me a little story where you made a difference, because I know you have one.
A lot. I can think
Lot.
of one story, even though I'm not Lynette. I know of one of her stories.
Just tell me that. You can tell the story.
Do you know that Lynette, when she was a little girl, as little, I think 11 or 12, I don't know her age now, but when she was little, she saw the need for creating dresses for her neighborhood the neighborhood kids around in Cuba, where they come and they get the dresses for their dolls. So she has been an entrepreneur, not now, back in the day, since, is it 11? How old were you then?
I think it was, around that, in the primary,
When she was 11 years old, she started making dresses for these dolls for the neighborhood kids. So they come around. Sometimes there's a queue. They come around with their dolls, and then she offers them the dresses, and they go and they're happy. It's just it seems very little, but it's a huge
it's a big one. Yeah, it's a very good one. It's a very good one.
And I saw the pictures when she showed the pictures to me. I'm like, Lynette, I haven't seen this story anywhere. I think I need to write an article about this, because this is so huge. As little as it may look or sound, but yeah.
Well, I don't know. I think like I have a problem with finding the stories from from before. I know I have many, and when I apply for when I read what these guys talk in their videos, I have done a lot, and I know that. And for example, I can think of now when I was a host in Cuba, I was hosting people in my place. I have a small accommodation business. I was also contacting or having this connection with people from the States, mostly my guests, and people that connected me with others that would bring donations for Cuban schools. So through me, they would contact those schools. I would go with them to the schools, and we have a lot of scarcity in Cuba, just papers, notebooks, pencils, a lot of things, even sometimes clothes for the kids. Especially, I would focus on the type of a school where kids were kind of from dysfunctional families, that have more struggles with. So I would bring this group of people. Now that I mentioned this, I had forgotten that. I have videos and pictures that showed me with the kids.
See?
The kids were singing. That was a really emotional for me, because the kids were singing in a chord for that group of Americans, and as a gratitude. It was a gratitude sign. Okay, thank you so much for bringing that to us. And
So these two stories I want you to start with in the video when you apply for Mind Valley. You should start with those two stories. Take me back and make me feel when you were 9 and you made those dresses, and your happiness when the other kids, the neighborhood kids, were happy. Make me see that scene. Make me feel that scene. Explain me what you see and what you hear. What's the smell? What's your eagerness? Explain your heart, your feeling, your excitement for making the dress and giving it away. Make me feel Maya Angelou. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel. And that's why that's what is so good in that video. She makes us feel. Make me feel.
And it's the same thing. When she told me the story, I was so excited, like it was me. If you can remember at your place, when she told me the story of the dress, I was like, I have to write this story. If you're not writing it, I have to write this story, because it was so good. But yeah.
Eric Edmides, the teacher, the guy that had Wildfit, he has a big company called Wildfit, and he is teaching public speaking at Mind Valley, and he is this is my book. This book is full of stories that I can pull out when I talk from stage before COVID. When I thought there was one upon a time, okay, and if I get 10 minutes more on stage, I can pull a story out that's relevant to the subject. Small life stories. Write them in a book, and you just need some. You don't write the whole story. You just need some small words, just one page, and you remember the whole story.
Yeah.
You put it into keywords. Okay, now.
So we are getting to the end. Let's see if we
are.
can wrap this up. I know that you are very passionate about talking and you want to keep to have 1 hour more. But is there anything that is missing that we can just close up this section?
I could read some examples, quick examples from resumes. Do you want me to do that?
But what I don't understand, examples from resumes.
Yeah, from video resumes, where they talk themselves into the job. In a written resume, you write yourself into the job. You have to write yourself into the job. In a video resume, you talk yourself into. But she's doing it. We already seen how to do it.
Exactly.
I have some examples, but it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, Asbjørn, for today. Has been very juicy. You have put us on the spot
a lot of times.
And you did so fine.
I like the challenge. I like the challenge.
Likewise.
All right. So, guys, just to wrap up this, just take this. If you are going to take anything with you, someone is
saying, thanks, I got some awesome tips. You're very welcome. We're here for you guys.
Yeah. If you are going to get anything with you, take this. Emotions. You need to convey your emotions and make the viewer also get that emotion from you. This is the transport. Yes, that's the main takeaway that I take with me. I don't know about you. Leave us a comment in what was the main takeaway for you and how you're gonna apply all these juicy nuggets.
Yes, and we're also gonna give a recap on the page and also on the group. So feel free to, join on the page, follow our page at 2 cents. Also join the group as well so that you can get the recap. But thank you very much, Asbjørn. It's been a pleasure having you again. And we'll see you. Yes, we have our next event. So stay tuned. We'll have that advertised on the page and on the group as well. But it's also related to
interview. So we are going to follow up on this with the interview in the next event and will happen on the group. So please share this event when we posted it and invite your friends so they come to the group and can enjoy this too.
Yes. But until then, thank you and enjoy your weekend.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you very much, Asbjørn. Bye.
Bye.